to a barber because you know your hair is extended past its time to exist, but you're also pretty precise with what you want with your haircut, so you show an exact photo of what you want your haircut to be, and the barber tries to reassure you that he'll give you exactly what you want? Does it look the same? Hola everyone, my name is Nando. For today's video, I'm here to review the movie that we know as Megamind. Oh my gosh, I'm tied up. This movie was suggested by 98 Michael's Chase. They suggested it like a month back, so I have zero clue if they're still even here to watch this request, or I'm just making a video for someone that has practically ghosted me. I make a whole yap session of my history with this movie, but it took a whole 5 minutes until I reviewed the Star Wars movie. Oh my gosh, you should check that out. But yeah, that's just not good to really have for a video. So here's my review of Megamind. The movie begins with our main villain of the film named Megamind, who talks about how he's currently at a moment of loss. He lost his woman, went to prison, and is now currently on the brink of death. And he describes this whole experience nonchalantly so that he can go, "Yep, that's me." You're probably wondering how I got here. Megamind tries to give a brief history of his life, starting out from what he described as,
"I had a fairly standard childhood,"
before proceeding to explain that a black hole was destroying his home so that his parents had to send him away to another planet. Yeah, that sounds like a fairly standard childhood. And while traveling to space, he encounters this other baby who quite nonchalantly takes away Megamind's life from a world of wealth to a world of solitary confinement. So Megamind talks about the different lives that both him and the super kid had lived, with the super kid living out a more perfect, well-beloved life, while Megamind was left to be taught the bad instincts of life but still teaching himself on how to invent things. He tried to make friends at school, but nobody accepted him, while others accepted the super kid, which made Megamind realize that he's only at his best when he's being the bad guy, so that was what he was set out to do. With the super kid growing up to be known as Metroman, being the city's savior from dealing with crime and especially with Megamind's antics. We meet Roxanne, who's a reporter with her cameraman named Hal, who talks about if he were Metroman, he'd be the one preventing Roxanne from getting kidnapped all the time. So naturally, Hal would say all this before not noticing that Roxanne's busy getting kidnapped. Good job, man! So we meet Megamind all grown up and trapped in his own room, confronted by the warden who notifies him that Metroman has given Megamind a watch as a gift for him, but since the warden doesn't like Megamind very much, he ends up taking the watch for himself. But this plan helped the warden fall into Megamind's trap as the watch had transformed the warden into Megamind, thus tricking the cops into tasing and placing the warden into Megamind's prison, leaving Megamind to have an easy escape. He gets picked up by his good friend named Minion, who is voiced by David Cross, who you've probably recognized if you've ever watched the Alvin and the Chipmunks films, an experience that he has gone on to heavily express on how enjoyable it was. This is where we meet Metroman, who's here to present the day that the Metroman Museum gets open. And I just discovered this myself, I'm probably just so late to the party, but I only realized now that Metroman's design is just probably heavily inspired by Superman and questionably Elvis Presley. Like for Elvis, he's got the hair, he's doing the guitar hand dance, and if it wasn't obvious enough, they had to play one of Elvis's songs for his entrance just to drive the point. I can't play the song for copyright reasons, but it's the song that goes, "A little less conversation, a little more action, please. All this aggravation ain't satisfactoring me." Just shush, you know that one. So Metroman talks about how the greatest gift he's ever been given is serving for the people, and I know I can't pass the scene up because I know you guys would love to see it.
I often ask myself, who would I be without you?
I love you, Metro Man!
And I love you, random citizen!
So Megamind brings Roxanne to his lair, trying his best to intimidate her, but Roxanne has been kidnapped by Megamind so many times that she's just lost all the will to care. So Megamind announces himself to Metroman, being greeted to a crowd of boos, but also to a crowd that seem to be related to one another, as they all seem to have the exact same face. Maybe it's a Metro City thing, I won't judge. So Roxanne snitches to Metroman that she's at the observatory, but when he tries flying over there, it turns out to be a trap, as Megamind was actually hidden in a decoy observatory. Now with Metroman trapped, it's left Megamind to confront him.
"In case you haven't noticed, you've fallen right into my trap."
You can't trap justice. It's an idea.
Even the most heartfelt belief can be corroded over time.
Justice is a non-corrosive metal.
But metals can be melted by the heat of revenge.
It's revenge, and it's best served cold.
But it can be easily reheated in the microwave of evil.
Oh, girls, you're both pretty. Can I go home now?
Megamind would then call for the death ray to be launched at Metroman, but that's when...
Of course, that is if Metroman can withstand the full concentrated power of the sun! Fire! Minion! Fire?
It's still warming up, sir.
Come again?
Warming up, sir.
Warming up! The sun is warming up?
Okay, good bit. But in a shocking twist, it seems that Megamind's plan seems to be working as Metro Man just can't escape from the observatory, which even astounds Megamind himself, because even he's not believing that he's getting an advantage over this.
Good lord. I'm trapped.
What kind of trickery is this?
This dome is obviously lined with copper. Copper drains my powers.
Your weakness is copper? You're kidding, right?
He's just so surprised. Like, really? That was your weakness? This entire time? So the Desiree hits, but it seems like the beam didn't affect Metro Man as he flies forward to Megamind, but as Megamind gets dropped down, he gets greeted by a skeleton, putting a shock to the whole city around that Megamind has indeed taken out Metro Man. So Megamind takes over the city, going on a countless crime spree without a fear in the world as nobody can stop him. But he easily gets depressed by all this as without Metro Man, he has no one to stop him.
We miss you, Metro Man. I miss you. And I have just one question for Megamind. Are you happy now?
This is Roxanne Ritchie reporting from a city without a hero.
Coming up next, are you ready to be a slave army? What you need to know.
North Korea? Sorry, poor taste? So Hal and Roxanne finish their duty, but Hal, witnessing his crush Roxanne going through such a tragedy with losing an important person in her life, thinks it's the best time to hit on her.
Roxy, I'm having a party at my house. It's gonna be like off the hook or whatever. I got a DJ, rented a bouncy house, made a gallon of dip. It's gonna be sick.
Oh, I don't know, Hal. I don't really feel like being around a bunch of people.
No, that's the best part. It'll just be like you and me.
I don't like this guy. So Roxanne and even Megamind visit the Metro Man Museum to mourn for him. Well, I say mourn, but Megamind was also there to bomb the place too, so yeah. Hey, don't judge him. People like to mourn in different ways. But Roxanne would hear Megamind's faint monologue and tries to see what's going on. So in fear, Megamind would try running away, but would bump into one of the workers named Bernard. So in a panic, he immediately transfers his identity before freezing Bernard into a cube before stealing his very own identity.
I kept thinking he was gonna do one of his last-minute escapes.
Yeah. He was really good at those.
Oh, if only the world had a reset button.
I've looked into the reset button. The science is impossible.
The fact that Megamind actually tried researching to find out if he could save Metro Man again, even when it's literally his rival, is just, you know, that's quite adorable. But Roxanne tries to motivate Bernard by saying that there will be a hero out there that can't stop Megamind because heroes aren't born, they are made. Which gives Megamind a bright idea.
Heroes can be made. That's it. All you need are the right ingredients.
Yeah. Bravery.
Yes.
Strength.
Of course. And a smidgen of DNA. Oh, with that, anyone can be a hero.
Yeah.
Oh!
You know, for a woman that's been getting used to getting kidnapped and being used to Megamind's schemes, how the hell does she not recognize him through his voice? It's a children's film! Shut up! I know, but I just don't care.
Time to put the past behind us. Only the future. Ah! Oh, I'm too close. I'm genuinely scared right now.
Okay. This movie is good so far. They've got some really good bits. So Megamind devises a plan where he's going to take Metro Man's DNA from his cape and give it to whoever he deems to be the chosen one. But that's when Megamind gets a call from Roxanne, noting that she had found where Megamind might live.
There's no way she'll find the secret entrance.
There's a doormat here that says secret entrance.
Minion!
I kept forgetting where it was.
She'll discover all our secrets! You dim-witted creation of science! What? Oh, no, not you, Roxanne. No, I was just yelling at my mother's urn.
That is so out of pocket. Even more children's film! So Roxanne and Bernard try to investigate Megamind's lair, so in a panic, Megamind calls in for his bots to sort out the issue. But the bots accidentally captured him instead of Roxanne. So Megamind has to turn back to himself to stop all the confusion, but that's when Roxanne catches him and tries to confront him as to where Bernard is. But when Megamind doesn't give her any answers, she threatens to use the Metroman DNA gun on him, to which Megamind immediately goes into a panic.
I'll just go get him. His strength's too much. Oh, I work out. Well, it's really paying off. Ah!
Are you okay?
I did my best, but he's too fantastic.
So Megamind tries to get the gun back, but Roxanne fights back in a tug-of-war, but the gun launches and lands straight into Hal. Megamind will go back to being Bernard, but with the bots coming after them, the duo has to bomb and dash the place out.
Who are you?
This is Bernard. He's my partner.
Partner? I'm her partner. She doesn't know what she's saying. She's been through a traumatic
I
experience.
better take him home. Thanks again, Bernard.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
So Megamind goes to find out who Hal is now that he has Metroman's DNA, even going to trespass his house and having Minion feed him a good case of CTE. So the effect on Hal seems to be working as his body goes through a massive roided transformation, with Megamind and Minion convincing him that they're his space parents.
Rise, my glorious creation. Rise and come to Papa. Easy, my child.
Who are you?
I sent you to this planet to teach you about justice. I am your father.
So you're like my space dad?
Yeah, I'm like your space dad.
I'm your space stepmom. I've had some work done recently.
Sure. Why not? So they try to train Hal and... Holy hell, even for that being a dummy, this movie can always know when to get dark pretty quick. But on the sidelines of training Hal, Megamind is also finding a lot of interest in Roxanne too. Which alien and human love stories I know, I'm fine with it. Superman and Lois got away with it.
I used to come here with my mother when I was a kid. It was one of my favorite things to do. Now look at it. It's a dump.
What do you mean? That is like the cleanest dump I've ever seen. This is like one portion of trash in an area that looks fairly looked after. Job my ass. Just chill in another spot. You'll be fine.
Metro Man and I were never a couple.
But I thought you two were...
I know, everybody did. It's just... he was never really my type.
Yes, because those are totally the eyes that you give to someone that you definitely have no attraction to.
Hal, I think you're ready for this.
Do I have a son?
That is so stupid. That is so stupid. But I love that. So Megamind gives Hal the superhero name of Titan, all because it was the only name that Megamind could find to trademark. And he lets Hal know that he's going to be fighting Megamind tomorrow. Minion is busy trying to prepare Megamind for the battle tomorrow, but Megamind quickly cuts the session short, saying that he needs to run some errands. But Minion quickly finds out that he's really just going to see Roxanne and is quite obviously fallen in love with her. This love, followed by Megamind admitting that he no longer feels like being the bad guy anymore, leads Megamind to admit that he no longer needs Minion anymore. This is like... so forced. We've got enough drama with the love angle and the Titan storyline, but sure, I guess we can drag out the stuff and do this. So Roxanne is busy connecting the dots to what Megamind is planning, but that's when she gets confronted by Hal.
I usually just scare criminals. You haven't been naughty, have you?
Sir, your tone makes me uncomfortable. So Hal, as he presents himself as Titan, tries to win Roxanne over once again. To which he tries to do by first stealing some flowers, and when she didn't accept them, he just casually kidnaps her on a little joyride without her consent. Bro just committed 2 crimes in the span of 30 seconds. Seriously. Where is the self-awareness? And when that doesn't work...
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, am I moving too fast? You're probably right. I should just rescue you a few times before we get all romantic. Whoops! Save you here. Oh, no!
Hell yeah! That's how you win a woman over, just give her several heart attack attempts by nearly ending her life. That always does the trick for sure. So Roxanne quite understandably asks Titan to put her down, so Titan agrees to do so by putting her on top of a tower. Christ, there's just no self-awareness with this dude. So Titan reveals himself to be Harlan, and immediately he believes that this reveal will help rekindle their relationship, a relationship that just doesn't exist.
Now there's nothing keeping us apart.
No, it's not great.
Wow, her first fight. This is so us. We're like an old married couple.
You know, Roxanne is so lucky that they're in a children's show, because I've watched way too many true crime videos to know what happens to people when they reject others that proclaim that there is a relationship with them, even when they're not. Chibi. So Roxanne rejects Hal, and Hal gets heartbroken and leaves, which leads Roxanne to arrive late to her date with Bernard. And how the hell was she able to get down there from the tower?
It only a movie.
So Roxanne is able to understand that Megamind had created Titan because of how he missed having a superhero kick his ass. But it's also funny in how she calls Megamind out for how idiotic he is for choosing Hal of all people to be the hero, considering it to be the worst choice possible, and Megamind just has to sit there eating us up, knowing that his own crush is calling him a dumbass. So Roxanne and Megamind end up kissing, but the jig is up when the watch turns Megamind back to his normal form.
I can explain. What about everything you just said? About judging a book by its cover?
Yeah, but she also said...
You don't judge a book by its cover or person from the outside.
Oh, that's a relief to hear.
You judge them based on their actions.
And you, dear sir, have created a monstrous reputation, killed the city's hero, and stole the identity of another human being. Brother, you are just not winning this argument. So Roxanne finds out that Megamind also had feelings for her too.
Do you really think that I would ever be with you?
My heart goes to Roxanne, man. She just wants to live a normal life, but yet she just gets swarmed with delusional men that are in love with her. So with Megamind left with no minion, no girl, and no one to be beside him, there's nothing left for him to do but to stick with being the bad guy. So he prepares his gear for the Titan fight. We get an unnecessary ass shot, and Megamind goes into his robot that has rockets that are designed to be by the ass. Gosh, if there was one thing that I hated with 2000s to early 2010s anime movies, it's just a clear obsession with showing the ass. Just pure ass. But Titan is nowhere to be found, so Megamind goes to his house to confront him, but that's when Megamind finds out that Titan has done the least bit of hero work, because in Titan's eyes, with no girl, what's even the point of continuing to live for society anymore? Which in many ways, relatable. But what he is doing is still wrong. Crime is still very wrong. So Titan believes that the best thing for him is to team with Megamind and rule the city. Even drawing up a concept on how the team would look like, and seeing that he had drawn an image of strapping Megamind's neck around with a collar is just quite disturbing. Like, seriously, watching this movie back is giving me more questions than answers. So Megamind tries to motivate Titan into facing him by revealing everything. Revealing that he was Titan's space dad and was the dude that was smooching up his crush.
I'm also the intellectual dweeb dating Roxanne.
Yeah.
And we were smooching up a storm. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yo! That is demon work! That is demon work! Holy shit! So with all this rage, it motivates Titan, preparing Megamind and battle between each other. I'm just kidding! I'm not doing that again. I just wanted to do it for the bit. If you guys have no clue what I'm talking about, there's the Star Wars video. You'll find the reference somewhere there. So they go into battle with Megamind casually trying to mess with Titan, while Titan wants to burn Megamind alive. Titan will then get the upper edge and take down Megamind, with Megamind thinking that the battle is over and should be sent to jail. But Titan is all like,
Oh, no. I was thinking more like the morgue. You're dead.
Whoa. This isn't how you play the game.
Game over.
I told you. I've watched these true crime videos. When you lose everything, you feel that there is nothing really to lose no more. You took his girl even when it wasn't his girl. Megamind Megamind, my dude, what did you expect? So Megamind manages to escape in a nick of time, but when Titan comes back to him, Titan gets trapped in a ball of copper because that was presumed to be Metro Man's weakness.
Guess what, Buster Brown? It's made from copper. It's the very same metal used to defeat Metro Man?
Titan is about to take up Megamind, but luckily he escapes. The city thanks Titan for his efforts and believes that he's their new hero, but Titan has other plans. So Megamind goes to Roxanne's apartment for help, and even when Roxanne doesn't trust him, she knows that if Megamind of all people is trying to save the world, then she knows that they're both screwed right now. So they go to a place that is presumed to be Metro Man's hideout, going to his room to find any amount of evidence, but that's when...
This glass has ice cubes in it.
Yes, that's what happens when water gets cold.
Don't you think it's a little odd that the ice hasn't melted yet?
Hey.
So Metro Man explains that he just got tired of the hero gimmick, doing the same repetitive hero acts, doing what the city wanted him to do when he feels that he had no opportunity to do what he wanted to do. So in order to quit such an important gig, he faked his death to restore his peace. So he wanted to find his true destiny in... music.
I have eyes that can see.
You're horrible.
Granted, you have talent.
So Megamind and Roxanne try to warn him about what's happening with Titan, but Metro Man is just too tired from the game to continue forward, which leaves Megamind demotivated, accepting his fate of going back to prison. So Roxanne confronts Titan alone and tries to reason with him, but nothing works because of course it doesn't. What is a normal human being gonna do to an idiot that has a power closer to a god? So surprise, surprise, Roxanne gets kidnapped and Titan uses this as a call out to Megamind to fight it out.
Megamind, I don't even know if you're listening, but if you are, you can't give up. The Megamind I knew would never have run from a fight, even when he knew he had absolutely no chance of winning. It was your best quality. You need to be that guy right now. The city needs you. I need you.
So Megamind tries to beg the warden to let him out, but the warden is just not giving him that satisfactory.
I've terrorized the city countless times. Created a hero who's turned out to be a villain. My best friend, Minion, I treated like dirt. Don't make Roxanne pay for my wrongdoings.
Apology accepted.
Oh, Minion.
What are we waiting for? We better get going.
You guys here now? I shared a deal for this! So Titan cracks half of the tower, creeping in on Roxanne's potential collapse of death, and that's when we get what you've all been waiting for!
You see the good in everybody, even when it's not there. You're living a fantasy. There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England.
Now that statement could mean many things. Either he doesn't know that the Queen exists, or he lives in a time where the Queen has already passed away. Because either way, why would he mention the Queen all of a sudden? You think he knows what happened to her? So to stop Titan, Megamind blows his whole budget, pulling off the most aura-filled entrance in all of animation history. So Megamind saves Roxanne, so Titan responds by literally trying to throw a whole ass towel at them. As you do! But when Titan gets closer to them, Megamind pushes Roxanne out to have a softer landing while he would take the hit. Roxanne would notice Megamind's condition and tries to check up on him, but would get stopped by Titan.
Looks like there's only one loose end now.
Please, let's have a little respect for public transportation.
So Metro Man would chase after Titan while Roxanne keys to Megamind, but that's when...
I'm sorry. I did the best I could.
I'm so proud of you. Minion?
He's the real hero.
Megamind.
So Megamind tells Titan to get out of the city and not cause trouble again.
You know what's good for you, Titan. You'll stay out of Metrocity.
You got it.
For good.
Pretty sneaky, sis. But there's only one person I know who calls this town Metrocity.
Oops.
Okay, that is bullcrap. You are not smart enough to figure that out. You were convinced by Space Dad you couldn't even spell your own hero name when naming your own town, but a mispronunciation threw you off? Like, come Come on, seriously, that's just so incredibly
only a movie.
So while Titan is busy toying with Megamind, Roxanne, with such miracle work, was able to detect where the invisible car was. She's like the first person to ever do that, and it's just never explained as to how she was the only one to ever detect it. But it's fine, we're near the end of the movie, so I'm just gonna give her a good old sure, why not? So Roxanne hints about the invisible car to Megamind, to which he understands and goes in. But it leads nowhere as Titan takes Megamind on a joyride up in the air, and we're now back to where we were in the intro. Megamind is about to reach his death, but notices the water and gets an idea to let him use his dehydration gun, the same gun he uses to freeze Bernard. But then it makes you wonder, just why didn't he use that gun before on Titan? It probably would have finished the movie faster. There's just going to be a lot of people who are going to get annoyed with how I pick things, but I'm sorry. This is just who I am. So Titan is about to take a Roxanne, but Megamind will come out as a cube to survive the landing and defuse all of Titan's powers, leaving him powerless and roidless. The hero celebrates, Minion dies, JK lol, he just needs some water. Megamind gets gifted with his own museum opening. They have a dance party in the end because that's just how all animated movies have to end for some reason. And that was Megamind. Honestly, pretty fun movie. This movie just had a great cast. Everyone played their part so well. I'm probably gonna sound like an old man yelling at a cloud, but wow, does it feel like we do not get movies like this anymore. Everything else nowadays feels safe and like an afterthought, but then we get one-off movies like this that last a long time in our memories because it just had a great story to it. Megamind is a movie that 100% does not need a sequel. Not every amazing movie needs one. It's just good, big, untouched as it is. But what about the TV show? We are not talking about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I really want to try and get to 100 subs before the end of the year, so hit that sub button because it truly helps me a lot. That's all that I have. See ya!